launched a live sports show. It's 15 to 20 minutes. It's on Mondays and Wednesdays and Thursdays at noon. One of the things that, we just came from the manufacturing operation, and that's obviously a critically important component of the business. So too is finding ways to take what we do and be able to reach a variety of different audiences. And using live video and then also other video capabilities is an important way for us to extend the storytelling and to connect with an audience. It's something that for us is really exciting because it gives us not only the ability to reach the audience, but also the technology and the experience to be able to extend this out in other ways. You could envision election night coverage coming from the studio here. So much of our future opportunity is going to come from the variety of products that we introduce, consistent with the brands, consistent with the journalistic mission in the case of the Boston Globe, but really with those different products that connect with a variety of different audiences. Boston.com is the largest news and information website in New England. We do a little bit north of 6 million unique visitors every single month. We're sort of routinely in the top 6, 7 on a national scale as well. And so Boston.com has tremendous reach. What we've also noticed since we've launched BostonGlobe.com, where we're bringing in about 1 million unique visitors every single month, is that we've actually expanded our reach in overall. That combined, there's about 6.5 million. So there's some duplication of use between Boston.com and BostonGlobe.com. One of the things that we realized is that we not only could produce the Boston Globe and have BostonGlobe.com and Boston.com, but we could also produce books. Most recently, we just put out a book on Fenway in commemoration of its 100th anniversary. It is the storytelling with some of the voices from the Boston Globe, as well as photographs from the Globe photographers. And in that, we were also able to include blueprints from the renovation that was done 50 years ago, because at the time, the Boston Globe had an ownership stake in Fenway. Ben Taylor, who was a publisher here before me, had found them in his desk and made them available to us. We're moving into the Media Lab, which is something that we built a little less than a year ago. When we set out at the beginning of 2010 to really redefine what our strategy is, and settled on the need to separate the Boston Globe and Boston.com brands and launch a BostonGlobe.com so the Boston Globe would have its own front door in the digital space. We recognized a couple of things. One thing is that we had to upgrade our content management system, which was a very old system and didn't support all of the features that were necessary for digital publishing. At the same time, we recognized that we needed to be able to build a brand new website from scratch, and we had set ourselves up with the objective of having that be something that would work and look terrific across all of the different devices. One of the things that was important was to bring all of those technical resources together. We developed that system in about 11 months, and so it was really important for us to have everybody working together and really well coordinated. In addition, we have more space than we're currently using, and so we're taking some of the extra space and making it available to small companies, small little startups who want to come in and find a place to work. And what we find is that it brings a lot of energy to the environment, and it brings some new ideas and perspectives and gives us an opportunity to work on some things together. You'll see the space over here where we can, the living room as we call it, where we can have our meetings. And what we have going on right now is a discussion as we are migrating Boston.com onto the new content management system. So we have representation from editorial and from IT as we look at how to make that transition successful. And then also we would bring advertisers in here or other small groups to be able to see some of the different technologies that we have. The 6-panel display right here is a feed from Instagram that shows kind of what's happening and what's being posted in and around Boston. In addition, we've got a display that allows us to render our website on all of the different devices. And so being responsive design and having one solution for all the devices means that we have to make sure that it works on all the devices. And so as we make any sort of changes, we can very easily make sure that we've tested that everywhere. I would have to say the biggest success is the successful launch to date of the successful launch of BostonGlobe.com. It's also the embodiment of our strategy, and with the separation of the brands, with the ability to build out additional products, it really is the beginning of the next big transition that we'll be going through. Almost 90% of our print subscribers have been with us for 2 years or more. And so managing the rate of change, keeping a focus on what we're doing, particularly in the digital space, there's a lot of really cool technology. There's lots of really fabulous ideas, and making sure that we pick the ones that make the most sense for us. There's really no question in my mind that this institution is going to be successful, and so I get a lot of joy out of seeing our successes. The best advice that I have was not so much a statement, but it was more just the advice that I received from my dad. His advice, having gone through Xerox's challenges when their markets were really disrupted by the changes in technology, was to not be afraid to cannibalize yourself, and not to be afraid to go and compete with yourself in your business model, recognizing that if you don't, other people will, and we're much better off controlling our own destiny and being in front of that, and sort of eyes wide open, looking at the challenges and facing them head on. Tim Cook is someone who I would enjoy meeting. He has an operations background. He is very process oriented. He is a terrific motivator. He brings people together to solve problems. I was part of successfully managing the transition from the traditional print media to really unleash the power of the Boston Globe, connecting with consumers in ways that really highlight the best of what we do, but also continue to make a significant contribution to our society and to the greater Boston community. Here we are on the second floor, just above the lobby. What you can see if you look around is some staff photography, some latest pictures that we put up for people. When I first started here in the cafeteria, there were blue chairs and there were black chairs, plastic chairs, and the people who worked in the manufacturing operation all sat in the black chairs so that the ink would not show on the chairs, and that people would know that they could safely sit in the blue chairs and not get ink on their clothing. We have a return operation where we bring back the unsold copies from the newsstands, and they're taken in there, and credit is given to the individual.